Yeah, mom was just always there for me throughout all the good and bad times, always there to support me with kindness and love.
Mom was, she was such a mentor to me. I think of just the countless times where I would have questions about different things in life, and I was in, from high school throughout college, I'd go through ups and downs, and just knowing that mom was always there and I could talk to her and she was always available. She would listen to me. She would pray with me and give me wisdom.
I would say our relationship was very unique, but also very simple. It was almost like, okay, you're my mom, but you're also like a best friend, or like, in a way, big sister. It honestly changes, like from young kid to high school to college, Brit and mom, and then there's like, prior to her passing, it's, mom to mom.
For me, mom has always been very involved and close by. When I started at Punahou in middle school, she started working in the cafeteria, so I would see her all the time. She was literally a part of my day. My mom has just always been around. And then I did go to college, but my mom is so we would talk every day. She's constantly texting, always just trying to let me know that she misses me and she's thinking of me.
Man, the relationship I had with my mom was, compared to my other siblings, she had them when she was healthy, and walking around. And when I came into the picture, she was still active. Then once I kind of hit middle school, that's when health wise she started to break down. Our relationship during that time was very you care for me and I'll care for you. When dad is at work, it was just me and her at home while everyone was in college still. For a good amount of time, it was just me and her at home, just caring for each other. It was very yin and yang of relationship during that time. So again, yeah, she cared for me and I cared for her when I was in middle school and throughout high school and stuff like that. So that was the type of relationship I had with my mother.
I think of times in high school where high school was filled with ups and downs, and she was just someone that just was cheering me on no matter what. No matter if I got in the game and I was starting, or if I rarely saw the field at all. She was someone that just, her love for me never changed. She always cared for me, and she was always a huge supporter of me. And I think that gave me just a lot of, I appreciated it so much.
All my phone calls before and after work, I would call her because I know she would be up. So I would call her on my way to work and then after work every day. Every day.
And you just kind of knew that no matter what season she was going through, she was going to have happiness. She was going to have joy. When mom was kind of going through dialysis and she had a walker, and I just remember her at moments and I know that those moments in her life were just really difficult, health wise. But man, she had so much joy.
To her, she lived the best life. I would be like, oh, it's so hard, using a walker and going to dialysis 3 times a week. But she found so much joy and contentment in it.
She wouldn't see life in a jaded perspective, but more of just everything was bright and happy, and she would always see the good in things.
She just had a huge impact on people because of her love for life and whatever season God had her in.
My mom was she had a very full social battery. She could talk to anyone and everyone. She was always unconditional in her approach of getting to know people, and very genuine. in wanting to be present with people and make people feel loved and special. You know, not many people have that type of, I guess, patience and presentness to sit down and talk with someone and really just genuinely get to know them.
Man, my mom was like the gem that everyone was like attracted to. I always found her in a group of like people of like just talking story, and like her smile was just so like contagious in a way, you know, that like, you know, she would just brighten up your day and like others' day, and she was always like the life of the party a little bit. She would just attract people, and like people would just come and talk to her for hours. And when I was little, I was just like tug on her shirt or like, you know, poke her shoulder. I'm like, yo, mom, like it's been like 2 hours and we're still at church, or we're still at the same park that we were at since like 9 a.m. Like, we gotta go. I'm tired. Let's go to the beach. Let's get McDonald's or something. Like, but she always like found time to like talk to people and have like fellowship with like other people and get to know them, see how they're doing in life and like what their situation is like.
I mean, she would just be on the walker and she would have dialysis, and she would come back from dialysis and she would be tired after a long day, and she's still asking me, how are the kids doing? You know, how are you doing? And that just showed like the care that mom had. Like, mom cared for so many people and was always thinking of others. She was very selfless.
My mom was such a strong woman, and just her incredible resilience when she got sick with diabetes was astonishing to me, because how she would deal with all of her blood pressure and blood sugar and then still be able to be strong around us all and for the grandkids, and just being at her house. I don't even know how sometimes she would, after dialysis, she would just spend so many hours with us awake, you know, and then we would all go home and then she would get some rest. But it was incredible to see her always there for us no matter what.
When she started using a walker was like, it finally like hit to me that like, shoot, like mom's health isn't like the best right now at her age, right? Her daily activities just got harder, but like still, for example, like the times that we're at church, she would just sit on her walker and just, again, people would just gravitate, and she just kept on going. Knowing that she was like always there with me really inspired me, and really like set a good role model in a way of just like, despite of like what happens in life, like you just gotta keep going. She's really, yeah, she was very strong.
I loved watching her be a grandma. It was so fun, like me being an auntie and her being a grandma, and like hanging out all day with the kids and just doing stuff.
You know, sometimes she'll watch Lele during the day, and they have an awesome day. They have a devotional, they have worship time, they sing Honey in the Rock, they sing Jana Lara, all different kinds of songs.
So many people find something wrong with everything, but my mom constantly just was so grateful and thankful for everything that was in front of her.
Even if she was like had dialysis all day, you know, she'd just come and be with me at my house and, you know, talk to me, play music. You know, if it's holding the baby for a little bit. So that was definitely a very special experience to have with her.
I had a Bible verse that really stuck out to me. I wanted to read. It's from Proverbs 31. This talks about a virtuous wife. And it really stuck out to me because this is how mom was, like to the T. In verse 25, it says, "Strength and honor are her clothing. She shall rejoice in time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and on her tongue is the law of kindness. She watches over the ways of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. And I think that just describes mom right there. Mom was definitely the foundation of our family. And it's so hard to lose her. But she really ran her race to the fullest. She did it by faith, and she never wavered from that.
So a verse that comes to mind is from Psalms 16, verse 11. And it says, "You will show me the path of life, and in your presence is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore." And when I think of this verse, I think of mom, and I think of the way that she found her joy and fullness of life in God and who she was through her identity in Christ. And just the joy that she had in living life and in loving dad and caring for all of us as kids, in walking us through difficult seasons. She loved us well through the joy that she had in Christ. And when I think of the ending of this verse where it says, "At your right hand are pleasures forevermore," I mean, I can only think of right now just even the pleasure and the joy that she had here right now, being in the presence of God, just the pleasures and joy that she has being in the presence of God, worshiping Him, is something that comforts me a lot.
Mom was like the just like the greatest person in all of our lives. Like if you look at all of her family photos, like she's always like in the middle. She's just like the center of our family. Yeah, she really just was the greatest mom and wife and grandma.
I left for college, and in this past few years of just me coming back, she was like, go to college, come back from winter break. She's always at home in her same spot. And you're in the living room getting like the best sunlight / she has the best view of like Diamond Head and Kapahulu. And she's just enjoying the view and the sunlight. But every time that I walk up to Kapahulu and that upstairs, that she's like not there, but like I can totally like envision her, I'm just gonna really miss seeing her and seeing those images.
I think of our family gatherings in the backyard and our Sunday dinners and just good fellowship and good time being together as a family. Listening to music, all the kids running around, and mom just being there, and just her laugh, just her little ways, little things that she did that I miss a lot. But just the presence that she had, it just made things complete, and definitely gonna miss that.
What an awesome mom. I had the best mom. Hands down.